Can neuter or spay affect an animal's behavior in any way?
Yes. For dogs that are being aggressive, both male and female, neuter and spaying sometimes can improve their behavior. Not always, but sometimes. And the other thing is, it keeps them home. As far as behavior, neutering and spaying keeps their hormone levels down, and they don't go out and cruise all over the neighborhood. So that's a behavior that's effective, that's positive.
Do you help with any animal shelters in any way?
The animal shelter is aided by every vet in town. Dr. Sproul, Dr. Leindecker, and myself all help the shelter. We all provide medicines for them. We all do surgeries for them. We take in cases that have been injured that they need us to take care of. So yes.
Are there any kind of programs for people that can't afford any kind of surgeries or spaying and neutering?
Through the shelter, yes. Shelter has different programs at different times of the year. For the vets, no. We are business. We honor the stuff. Do you need me?
No.
Okay. We honor the coupons and things that the shelter have, but they have quite a few different, when they get grants, then a lot of times anybody can show up, pick up a coupon, and come over and have their animal spayed or neutered. So they've got lots of programs. They even have an adoption program on Wednesday, that if you bring or adopt two for the price of one, and you can even bring your own cats or something and adopt them, and then they take care of the shots and the spay and the neuter for the price of one. So they've got a lot of good programs.
There's gonna be a new law about having to microchip your dogs and cats.
It is active now.
Already active?
What they have done is said that we have 1 year to microchip them. As of August 1st, it is the law.
Is it going to affect your clinic in any way? Like, are you going to get more business or anything like that?
Most of the time what we're trying to do, most of the clinics agreed the best way to do it was to coordinate the microchip with the rabies vaccines. So as the animals come in for their rabies shots, then we can do the microchipping at the same time, and then we can send the rabies certificate, a copy of it, to the city and register the dogs. So it's working beautifully. It's not making us any money. All the vets agreed to do the microchipping. The city provides a $5 microchip. We make no money off of it. We just implant it. The biggest thing is how long it takes for me to talk people into which chip they want and whether they want it or not. That's the only disadvantage we've had, is just talking. And I talk a lot, so it's not a problem.
Aside from microchipping and spaying and neutering, are there any other ways to keep strays from running away?
Or keep your animals home, you mean? Well, you know, the best thing to do is take them to obedience classes, I feel, so that they learn to be home and to obey your commands. The second thing is to be sure your yard is secure. And those are two of the best ways to do it. But I think the microchip is going to be a fabulous way of getting them back. We've found many of them already have come in with chips, and we've had several dogs that we have found that we weren't chipped and haven't been able to get back to their owners. We found about a $2,000 bulldog last week, not chipped, and nobody's claimed it.
What reasons do people give for not neutering, spaying their pets, or spaying their pets?
Culturally, in this area, the men are very opposed to having their male dogs neutered. They think it's going to hurt them. I think that. And they think that they're gonna get fat. And they will, whether they spay or neuter them anyway, if they don't put them on the right diet.
And the same question goes for microchipping. Like, what reasons do people believe that microchipping?
They consider it an invasion of privacy. And the government getting into their business. But I've personally lost my own dogs and pets, and I think the microchip is the best way, so that if people steal them, you can prove they're your dog, so that if they get lost, somebody can call you and get them back.
We got it already on the Sunday schedule, so we're kind of like a little bit more. No, 10 days.
Can't read or writing?
No, that's because I had to move some things around because it didn't fit in there. But are there any laws that require pet owners to spay or neuter their
No, there aren't, not in the city. But what the city is going to do is require registration of all cats and dogs. And they give them a discount if they're spayed or neutered. And that's what most communities do.
do you think there's going to be like a law in the future that will be about that?
I hope not. I think people do have the right to not spay or neuter their dogs. Because there are a lot of, believe it or not, most of the dogs that I spay and neuter are purebred, beautiful dogs. Not the mutts that are running around. So, you know, what you're hoping for is good, conscientious people who evaluate their pet, decide whether or not it's safe to breed them, and treat them properly if they are going to breed them, and then realize what complications come from breeding. Because if you breed your dog, you could lose her with a C-section or problems just like with any pregnancy. But in order to maintain certain breeds of dogs, you gotta have intact animals. I do not believe in forcing people to spay and neuter. I do believe that if they're not going to use them for breeding, they should be spayed or neutered. Because there are too many reasons not to. And the only reason to continue to breed them is if you've got good quality, healthy animals that you take proper care of, and you want them to mate so that you have future generations of beautiful dogs.
What kind of animals can be sprayed or neutered?
Almost any animal can be spayed or neutered. I've even spayed and neutered guinea pigs and rabbits.
Hamsters?
They need to be. But are you recording this? Okay, then I'll tell you after. They're real hard to sedate. Let's put it that way.
What kind of animals can be microchipped?
Almost any animal can be microchipped as long as they're the right size. We're even microchipping some birds and ferrets. I think it's a really good idea to microchip the ferrets because they're little escape artists. And we've had many get away from the owners. Again, we can't find the owners.
And people have like brought in ferrets that they found.
Yes, one of the local dry cleaners found one in their compressor unit and brought her over here, and they spent $200 taking care of her and getting her well, and then let me find a home for her.
I'm going to pause it.